hey there. Good morning,
Didn't
second
see you
graders.
there.
Well, Mrs. Grant, aren't you looking stunning today?
I just put on something that felt real fun.
Me too.
Yeah.
You look like Mrs. Potato Head.
I feel like Mrs. Potato Head in this outfit. You look like maybe a superhero?
I am. I'm a super teacher.
Oh. Why are we dressed up like this anyway?
Well, it's almost Halloween.
Oh yeah.
So I think it would just be fun to dress up for all of our videos this week.
Yeah. So we have a couple costumes you'll be seeing throughout our videos this week. We might mix and match, and you might see her wearing one of my costumes later, because we don't have an endless supply of costumes, but we have quite a few. So
We do.
be on the lookout. And don't let it distract you from the amazing learning that you should be doing and that wonderful teaching. It should only enhance and bring out our super amazing teaching abilities. Since you are a
Still
super
teaching
teacher.
and learning. I am a super teacher, and we have some super students.
Yes.
So
enjoy.
let's get
Learning
started
about
here.
the prairie guard dog.
All right. Yeah, this is our story for the week. We are moving along, learning more about animals. And
It's hard to take you seriously with a mask on your face.
Oh, it's staying on.
I'm gonna do my best though.
Okay. Try your best to
Yeah.
listen. Okay. We have our essential question at the bottom that says, what are features of different animal habitats? Well, a habitat is where an animal lives. So this week we are going to be learning about how habitats are different for different animals.
Okay.
And we've got this cute little critter that we're going to learn about today. So our story is called A Prairie Guard Dog.
Okay.
Take it away.
All right. I am on a journey. My trip is to a prairie. It is in the outdoor world called nature. Many animals live in a prairie habitat. This place has what prairie dogs need to survive. A prairie has a lot of grasses, but few trees. Without places to hide, a prairie can be dangerous for some animals. Good morning. It is early in the morning. First, I see a prairie dog. I name him Pete. He peeks his head out of his burrow underground. He looks around. Then Pete calls loudly to his family. Yip! He lets them know it is safe to come out. Soon, 4 prairie dogs come out. And the caption down here says, prairie dogs build underground burrows to keep themselves safe from predators.
All right, let's continue reading. Pete is the guard, and he is restless. He cannot rest because he is always looking around for danger. This allows the other prairie dogs to safely munch on grasses and seeds. They can also groom each other or work on their burrow. Yap, yap. And our caption at the bottom says, prairie dogs can make 11 different sounds to communicate with each other.
Wow,
That's interesting.
a scare. Oh no! Pete spies a large badger. When he sees it, he gives a loud bark. Yap, yap! His family recognizes the warning. Some hide in tall grasses and some jump into the burrow. The badger runs at Pete, but the watchful guard is able to escape into the burrow. I am glad he is able to get away from danger. After a few minutes, Pete peeks his head out again, and he is back on the job. Badgers live on prairies and hunt prairie dogs.
Break time. The sun gets higher and it is hot now. The prairie dogs slip into their deep burrow where it is cooler. Even Pete goes in. Tunnels, like hallways, lead to different areas. There is a sleeping room. There is a room used like a bathroom. The prairie dogs cover up roots and seeds in one room. Later, they eat the buried food there.
Wow, that's a cool illustration.
It is.
Second shift. I keep watching the burrow. Finally, the sun begins to set and a different prairie dog peeks its head out. I name him Gary. Pete must be off duty. Yip, Gary calls. The other prairie dogs come back out. The prairie dogs eat and play until the moon is high in the sky. Then they go to sleep in their burrows. I wonder if Pete will be back on duty. I will see in the morning. Pretty cool.
I like that story. We learned a lot
Yeah.
about prairie dogs and where they live, what their habitat is like.
Mhm.
I think we should take a look at what our worksheet is for today.
Yeah.
All right. So at the top, once again, we have our essential question. What are features of different animal habitats? Well, these could be any habitats for an animal. We've talked about desert animals. You might have animals that live with you at home that have their own little habitats. You could talk about prairie dogs if you want. I really want to know in this question, features mean what do the animal habitats have to have? Are they underground? Do they live in rocks? Is it hot or cold weather? You can write anything about their home or their habitat here. The next question for our comprehension strategy asks, what are 2 features of a prairie dog's habitat?
Oh.
Boy, I remember that page in the story that I read that talked about all the different rooms and areas where they live underground. Wow. You might have to go back in the text to find the answer to that question.
Which means rewind the video since you don't have the book.
Mm-hmm. All right, and at the very bottom, draw a picture of a prairie dog's habitat. Well, again, go back in the video. There was a page that showed you a picture of the prairie dog's habitat, all the little tunnels and holes underground. And I bet if children got extra curious, they can even have a grown-up at home help them look up some pictures of prairie dog habitats.
Yep.
That would be cool. Pretty cool. So I can't wait to see your drawings, and of course, I want to read complete sentences for both of your answers.